Hello, everybody. It's Monday night, and it's me, and I'm branded. I've got brands everywhere. Look at all this. Morning monorail at night. It just totally makes sense. This is our first official happy hour show, and I am so happy that you are here with me tonight. Hopefully, we're going to have some friends join in, jump in, chill, have some drinks with us, have a little chat, talk about some Disney things. But for now, it's me and you, and that's all right. I got a couple people backstage. We'll bring them in just a minute. First things first, in the comments, make sure you let me know, first of all, if you can hear me okay, and second, if the music is too loud. If I need to adjust either one of those things, just let me know. I figured out a way to do it without having to connect to YouTube and also not having to put my Windows Media Player as someone that's actually like on the screen. So I thought that would actually be a little bit better. It sounds a little loud to me. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Oh, that's too quiet. Right there. Let's try that. We'll see how that is. You all let me know if that works out okay. I am playing music. I don't know if you can hear it. You only hear my voice. Okay. Well, there's music playing. We'll see. If you in the viewing audience can hear the music, let me know. There should be something playing right now. But for now, hold on. Maybe there's something I can do here. I'm going to adjust. I'm going to try this one more time. We'll see if we can actually get the music to play. Because I think I know what I did. In fact, I know what I did. Okay, so it's going to look weird maybe for a second. Add. Now there's music. Now there's music. I think. Verify if you can hear it now. Everyone's telling me there's not. I can hear it just fine. What if I crank it? I could crank it up and just blast you guys out of here. If it's even playing at all. Can you hear that? For me, it's like really loud in my headphones. Oh, well, I'm enjoying some music, whether or not you can hear it at this point. It's good stuff. It's the Nomad Lounge. It's the Nomad Lounge loop. No music. Okay. Oh, well. It was a good idea. I thought I solved it. Maybe I didn't solve it. Before we bring in some friends to the show, there's one thing I wanted to make an announcement. So today was the official relaunch of the Morning Monorail podcast. And thanks, Lexi. I appreciate the support. It'd be weird if I was just dancing and you all couldn't hear anything. But today's the official relaunch of the podcast. So we're back into the regular schedule of things. That means that soon Landon and I are going to start doing some M3 4Ds again. Those will come out on Wednesdays. Had to make some adjustments in terms of, I thought that, I wasn't totally sure if Sam and the kids were going to be able to join me every time. It seems like it's probably better if we just leave them as guest stars and they can come on when they can, because all their schedules are all over the place. I mean, you all know how busy Sam was before. And she just keeps adding things to her schedule. She is a busybody, but, she can beat me up, so I don't question her. However, there was one thing that I didn't announce on the podcast, if you already listened to it today, that I wanted to now. And that is, I feel like this is the appropriate place, since this is the happy hour. We're going to do a contest. And this is a real contest where you can win a real prize. And the contest is, I want someone to design a morning monorail cocktail. We could have one morning, one evening cocktail. So something, obviously, we're the Morning Monorail podcast. It'd be good if there was something we could have, like a nice breakfast cocktail. But I would like to have, especially for the happy hour, we need a Morning Monorail evening cocktail as well. So we're going to open it up. We're going to take submissions. I want recipes, and we should probably try them right here on the Morning Monorail happy hour once we get those recipes. And yes, that's right, Nate. I'm expecting you to submit something. I think bartender Bob will submit something. But yeah, we are going to try the cocktails right here on the show. We're going to pick a winner. I'm going to have to get multiple opinions on this. Maybe Landon will be able to join me for the official judging contest. Nothing too complicated. Let's see if we can keep it to stuff that, we can get at the local liquor store. Let's not, make this a big adventure. It doesn't have to be anything too fancy because we're not too fancy. We're simple folk around here. But here's the prize. If your cocktail is the one that's picked, first of all, it'll be the official cocktail of the Morning Monorail podcast. There's going to be two, right? There'll be a morning and an evening. If you win, you're going to get a Disney gift card. I'm thinking $50 for each. How about that? $50 gift card for for both winning cocktails, morning and evening. So get those submissions in. You can win real Disney dollary dues. And everybody knows how much we love the Disney dollary dues. Maybe you can, apply that to a Boo Bash ticket, potentially. So we're going to see how that goes. I'm going to put it out on the socials, but I wanted to tell you all here first because you are a special crowd, the Monday happy hour crowd. And I think you deserve the right to get a head start on designing that cocktail. And we'll see how it goes. All right. So UA is going to go crazy. I don't know if you can hear it, but McKenna is just now coming home. She might pop in here in a minute. But okay, it's calming down. That being said, I think it's time to bring in some friends to the show and get some drinks going. So they were in the backstage first. We're going to bring them in first. It's my friends and your friends. It's Lewis and Val. Here they are. Hello, Lewis and Val. I can't hear you guys. Are you muted?
I am muted, so you didn't hear all the other comments that we were making prior to.
Hello, how are you doing?
Very well.
Tired, very tired.
Well, you look comfy, Val, at least.
Yeah, so now, we had my mom's 90th birthday party yesterday.
Oh wow!
Yeah. It was the first time since all of my family's been vaccinated. It was the first time for us to get together since COVID. And then we immediately left. When everybody else left, we drove to Nashville for his doctor's appointment. Had the doctor's appointment this morning, and then drove back home. And it's been a long day.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Well, I mean, it sounds like a lot of good things, though. A birthday party, getting together for the first time. Did that go well?
It did. It did. My mom does not love gatherings, and she doesn't like to be the center of attention.
I don't blame her.
Her 90th, we couldn't, not do that. So.
Yeah, I think that the 90th is reason enough to get people together, and she's just going to have to bite the bullet for that one for sure.
Yes.
I know, 90th. Can you even fathom that?
Oh, wow.
As old as you feel. I know I feel older than you feel. I'm like, that's 40 years from now almost. 40 years. I was 10.
We should all be so lucky.
Yeah.
Is she in pretty good health?
Ridiculously.
Is in perfect health. Doesn't even take a bit of medicine, is in great health. She can't really drive anymore just because her legs are worn out and she just doesn't have the strength to move to that brake pedal anymore.
Yeah.
But other than that, she is perfectly healthy, and I figure she's going to outlive all of us. So
I mean, we need to know her secret. Is she drinking lots of carrot juice? I hear that's a good one.
Yeah, no idea.
We can't tell her secrets. It would sound a bit Disney. I can't.
Okay.
A family member might listen to the show sometime.
I got you. That's fine. Well, Lewis, you got some good news today.
Fantastic news.
Or yesterday, whenever the appointment was, but
today, yeah.
Today, okay. So that's really exciting. So you can start kind of easing back to your normal activity, right?
Yeah, it's kind of. I was not expecting it.
Yeah.
I was just joking with her. I was like, "So I can go mow the yard now." She's like, "You can do pretty much anything." Start working back up, and I was like, "What about roller coasters?" And she was like, "Sure."
Awesome. Best news ever.
Yeah, it really is.
That's really exciting.
Especially since just not even a month ago, we were told that he probably couldn't even travel anywhere until October or November.
Yeah.
So the fact that he has improved so quickly, it's been amazing.
We actually canceled a trip next month in September.
Yeah.
August, September, because we're like, if it's not going to happen, we need to go ahead and make a new plans. So we made our plans in December, which is an okay time to go to Disney World, anyways, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a great
Few
time.
lights, few shows. Hopefully this year there'll be, all the stuff back in Hollywood studios will be back up in action.
Yeah. I think so. I think by the time we get to December, things are going to be full go again. But I'm really excited for that, and I'm going to celebrate for you tonight, Lewis, by drinking some of my fancy scotch. That's what I'm pouring myself right now. A little bit of this fancy scotch. This is the first ever scotch that I've ever tried in my life. Sam got it for me around November time frame, and it's very tasty. And the way that I can describe it, first of all, it's Lafroig. I know you can't really see the label, but it's Lafroig Islay single malt Scotch whiskey. It tastes and smells like Rome burning. No kidding. And like I felt like I nailed it with my first scotch, because that's pretty much perfect for me. So
to be fair, I bought my second alcohol a week ago.
Oh yeah, what was that?
A Hello Fresh box, and it came a little packet of wine.
Oh.
I put it in the frying pan and it burned my hand, and I just knew this was not for me.
That's hilarious. All right, I'm going to bring in another friend. We got another friend backstage who's already with us. I'm going to bring him in right now. Joining us now is our friend Kevin. What's up, Kev?
Hi, Kevin.
Hello, my fellow AA members.
Cheers, buddy. Happy Monday.
Here's to drinking and not thinking.
That's right. Yeah. How are you doing tonight?
All right. Any excuse to drink is a great excuse. Hi, Steffers. I was told to only call you that and not by your birth name.
Do not call her Stephanie.
No. You can only call someone Stephanie if their name is Stephanie. But
hold on a second. Why is Landon in the chat and not on the show? Landon, if you're up, you got to join the show, man. Come on, get a drink and get in here. What are you doing?
Does he have his noodle out?
Well, that could be a separate problem, but he can,
he's starting the OnlyFans, I guess.
If we go chest up, then I think we'll be okay, because he likes to Donald Duck it around the condo, I've heard. But maybe he can jump in here. Kevin, Lewis and Val had reasons to celebrate over the weekend and today. What's your reason to celebrate tonight?
I have insurance.
Hey, insurance is good.
Insurance because I turned 26 and I had to get my own.
Oh, I see.
Well, it's peace of mind.
I can get contacts, so I can actually enjoy going on things like Toy Story Mania, Mickey Spillhar Magic.
Yeah. You can actually wear the 3D glasses now.
Yep, without wearing like two pairs of my own glasses.
Lewis, what do? Do you put the 3D glasses over your glasses?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
And it works okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't work as good as not glasses, but
it's not glasses, right? But it's something.
And the whole itchy eye thing, that I tried it for about a week, and then I was like, "This is not going to happen." My eyes were like super red. And
contacts are not for him.
Yeah. Well, that's very exciting, Kevin. When was your birthday?
March.
Oh, okay.
21st. On the first day of Aries.
We thought it was today we were going to have to say.
So I'm very like multi-personality.
Well,
Pisces, I got Aries, I got like a lot of other things according to my chart.
You contain multitudes.
I'm just a melting pot of whatever they want to give me.
That sounds about right. I mean, I know our friendship is pretty new, Kevin, but just getting to know you so far, I feel like it's accurate. Do you have any Disney tattoos? I'm seeing your tattoos. Anything Disney?
I have a Mickey.
Oh, nice. Turn it. Turn it. There he is.
I would not be a good beauty guru. I'm like, and here's my pack.
Yeah, I see the little hidden Mickey on there, on the wrist.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Mickey.
Was that it? Well,
I kind of want to get a Cruella one now because I saw the movie and like I don't know if anyone else here has seen it. It's amazing.
I still want to see it. Did you all see it, Lewis and Val?
We have not yet.
I saw it in the theaters.
Ooh.
Oh wow!
Mm.
So this was.
How did that
Oh
feel?
my god, it was amazing.
I keep hearing that.
I love Emma Stone. She's my favorite actress. Like I would take a bullet to her, not to the heart, to like the foot or something, but like
For her.
love her.
Or not to her.
Take a bullet to her.
Careful now.
She could shoot me and I would just be fine. I'd say thank you.
The fine line from fan to stalker.
You could run me over with her car and I'd be like, yes, queen.
So in terms of these backstory live action things, this seems to be ranking pretty high for people. Were you a fan of Maleficent, the Angelina Jolie?
Yes and no. I feel like it was kind of at some moments it was kind of like, you know, okay, like what's like kind of dull, which I was worried that watching Cruella because the movie is almost 2.5 hours long. So and
that
like,
is really long
for me. Like if a movie's over an hour and a half, I'm just like, okay, I'm bored. Like I'm gonna fall asleep because I'm old and like so. But that one, no, there was literally so much that happened all at once that like it had my attention the whole time. Like I had like, you know, in the theater when it's like the worst when you have to pee because then you're gonna miss part of the movie. It's like, no, I'm gonna hold it. Like I will pee my pants for Emma Stone.
That's when you have to go back.
Yeah, that's right.
You gotta catch that part you missed. I had to do that with a couple of Star Wars movies. That was hard. It's like, hey, could you tell me what happened while I was gone? Shut up.
I've been nervous about Cruella, and because I haven't read anything about it. I don't know anything about the movie at all. But I know that a lot of the movies now and a lot of the stories now, they try to kind of retcon their backstory to make them more anti-hero, so you have sympathy for them.
Yeah.
And I stress about that I don't mind it for any other villain, but you know the song tells us, you know, Cruella's the cruelest and the meanest and the best people of all. I don't know that I want to feel sorry for her. You know,
right.
I kind of want her to stay the cruel devil. I want her to stay evil. And I'm nervous that if I go, that I'm going to be like disappointed. So
you guys were talking about one of the shows, right?
What was that?
You guys were talking about on one of the shows. You were talking about the history. You don't want to know the backstory of all the bad guys.
It was on the post show on Friday. We talked a little bit about that same thing. Yeah. Kevin, can you help Val with that a little bit?
So I don't know if I ever, as a kid, actually growing up, saw 101 Dalmatians or any of the movies. And if I did, I just don't remember because I have a bad memory from my childhood. So I don't know. It's like I know like what she like does and stuff, and it's like terrible because it's like they're dogs. It's like PETA would have a field day with her.
That's what she's so evil. Yeah.
But there is in the movie a moment where you do sympathize with her.
Yeah.
But you kind of also don't in a sense. It's kind of hard to explain without like giving it away because it's like she also like she definitely is someone that could be like a person with a lot of mental illnesses, like severe personality disorder and stuff. Like I don't remember the exact terminology and I don't want to say it incorrectly. But I myself have bipolar disorder and I feel like she might too.
Okay.
Obviously she's not a real person, so it's like I can't.
But there's
I'm not a doctor.
Trying to put some of these characteristics on her.
Doctor. Is it Jocelyn or someone?
Oh, Jacqueline. You're not Dr. Jacqueline. Dr. Val.
I'm not
Dr. Val right here.
I'm not Dr. Val. She has a tough upbringing and stuff in the movie. And then there's a huge plot twist towards like close to like a little after the middle of the movie that I did not see coming, that I was like generally so shocked at.
Okay.
It'd be really hard to write movies nowadays and try to write a villain that didn't trigger someone or make some group say, you know, it's this person really, you know, you just want a villain. You want to, I was agreeing with you guys hard on that.
Yeah.
I don't know that Thanos had a good idea. He's trying to save the planets. He's just a bad guy. He just wanted to kill half the people. He's just a bad dude.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that, what has it been? Maybe the last 10, 15 years. It feels like all the villains have to have this like gray area of where you kind of like see their side of it a little bit. And that's what we were talking about in the post show was this Cruella thing. We worried, do we really need to sympathize with her? And, I just feel like I want to start watching these more as just separate pieces of entertainment and just separate them. It really, yes, it's characters that are tied into the cartoon, but I don't think it really affects the original cartoon at all. It doesn't change the story. I hear people saying that and they're like, well, now when I watch it, it's going to affect how I feel. I don't think it has to. You can just kind of look at it as just a totally separate, maybe alternate universe.
In the movie, you see her as, a child up to age 10, and then it goes forward 10 years later. So she's like 20, 21 or something, and maybe there's some time that progresses throughout the movie, so she's like still in like her early 20s or something, because Emma Stone like could literally play like a 20-something-year-old because she looks young enough to. So, and obviously in the cartoons, I'm pretty sure she's got to be at least like 50 or 60,
probably in her 50s, I would say.
Yeah,
I think at I am age, I would say 70 or 80.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, so you see her as a young woman kind of develop, and now they're already going to start making a sequel to it. So we don't know if if it's going to directly leave off to where the first Cruella ended, or if it's going to kind of do like a time jump and maybe have someone else also other than Emma Stone playing her as like an older version of her.
Yeah. Well, that'll be interesting to see. I mean, obviously the reception's been good. I really have, I don't know what the Rotten Tomatoes score is for Cruella, but I imagine
I believe it's about 74%.
Is the audience score higher than that? It feels
yes,
like
the audience score is about 90 something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
A lot higher. Yeah.
That's huge. That's pretty huge for a Disney live action anything.
I honestly would give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Wow.
The only reason I don't give it a 10 out of 10 is because it is a longer movie, and that's just a thing that I sometimes have trouble paying attention.
Yeah.
I
can't totally get that
long movie.
I don't like which movies are too short because I want to see more details. I like director's cuts. I like the Lord of the Rings, where they had the 2.5 hour movies and the 4 hour movies. The 4 hour movies just blew the 2 hour movies away. I think that's always the case.
You're talking about Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, those movies, I feel like you kind of had to do that, right? But I don't think, and it's because you're basing it on a source material that we all know, right? When you're talking about something that's been adapted from a book, it's never as good as the book. They have to cut out so much. And those they tried to, with the extended cuts, it covers a lot more of it, so there's less cut out. But I think like in this case, it's why not shoot for 2 hours? I kind of feel like you can tell a good story in 2 hours. You really don't need much more than that. I love Star Wars. I love them so much. I don't think they need to be 3 hours, 3.5 hour movies. I just don't.
That last one needed to be twice the long. That should have been 2 movies.
Yeah.
The last movie was so rushed. You were like, what's happening?
Yeah. Well, that's what.
What? He's now what? Huh?
That's what happens when you have dueling directors.
Yeah, that was
also. There was a post-credit scene similar to Marvel films.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Oh, yeah, there was. I won't say what happens because I don't want to give away in case it feels like a spoiler. So maybe they kind of in their mind knew, okay, if this gets received really well and stuff, we could bring in a sequel.
Yeah. I was thinking. Sorry, Val.
Oh, no, I just said they must have had a lot of confidence in it.
Yeah.
If they were kind of thinking that so far ahead.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I kind of feel like right now, anything that Disney puts out, they've got to have it in the back of their mind. Could we make a sequel out of this? Could it be a series? I mean, probably Pixar too. They got to be feeling that way about like Luca. Is this something we could make a sequel of? And they're just waiting for it to hit, And if all of a sudden people go crazy like Frozen, then yeah, you'll get more of it,
That movie Luca, the animation for that reminded me of some movie that came out so long ago. I don't remember what it was though, but I feel like it was something where like there were like rats that were like got caught in like a toilet system. like a
Oh yeah, Flushed
You know
Away.
what I'm talking about?
Flushed Away.
Yes.
The Aardman movie. I never saw
The
it.
like animation of Luca reminds me of that.
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't seen too many previews for Luca yet. I feel like I saw like half of a preview the other day because I was walking in. It was on like a commercial that I just missed. And I feel like I saw one maybe on YouTube or something, but I'm interested in it. It looks interesting. And I trust Pixar. I feel like they've built up enough goodwill that I'm going to see whatever they put out and hope, I'll be hoping for the best with it. Oh, we got somebody joining in. Let's see if Lexi has worked out her internet at this point, and if we don't sound like robots, we're gonna pull her in. Hi, Lexi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. I have you on just a second. I had you on Facebook because I couldn't hear you guys at all before.
Oh, okay. Was you the sound on YouTube was messed up or something?
I just have bad Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. How's it going?
Good. Got my drink ready
What
to
have
go.
you got? What are you drinking?
I have a white Merlot.
Oh, very
I didn't
classy.
say what I was drinking. It's very fancy.
What have you
It
got?
is the watermelon Arizona mixed with pink lemonade vodka. Every college kid's dream right there.
That's really funny. That's a little step up from a Mike's Hard Lemonade, at least.
Yeah.
Lexi, have you seen Cruella?
I did. It's awesome.
What would you give it out of 10?
I would 8.5.
Wow.
I gave it a 9.
Yeah, really, really strong.
Yeah. But also, like anything Emma Stone is in, I'll watch it. Like I don't care. It can be a garbage piece of crap like movie 43 and whatever. It's Emma Stone. She's my favorite person ever. One of.
What was that one? Was it called Easy A?
Yes, and that's my favorite movie of all time. I saw it
Really?
in theaters. Yep. That's my favorite movie of all time.
Okay.
I don't even know how many times I've seen it. I can quote most of it. Yeah.
All right. Well, that was going to be my test of your Emma Stone fandom because I feel like that one was one people didn't love. So
No, that's not true. That's like one of her most famous movies. Don't you dare try to come for me and my Emma Stone and my Easy A. That was in my penalty box.
This is how we turn Kevin into a villain. You talk trash about Emma Stone, apparently.
Mm-hmm. You talk about Cruella, I become even worse than Cruella.
All right.
You brought up Luca. Why do you think they're treating Pixar movies like this and putting them in the free Disney Plus, and then Cruella is an upcharge and in the theaters? I mean, Luca's not even in the theaters normally, right? It's not.
Is it not? I didn't know that.
I don't think
I couldn't find it, and that's what the Dawes was saying the other day when he was looking for a film, right?
I was just really surprised that we haven't seen a lot of promotion for Luca. I mean, normally we would have already seen the trailer a million times, and a lot of publicity, and I feel like we haven't.
And the Pixar people seem to be getting pretty down about that.
That's interesting. Like, so why is Disney not pushing it? Maybe they don't have faith in it. They're a little concerned, possibly.
I don't even understand like what the story behind it is. It's like, is it this kid that like also is like a sea monster?
Yeah, they're little sea monsters. When they get water on them, they turn into sea monsters.
It's like that show. What was it called with the mermaids?
Yeah.
And like, oh no, condensation.
It's so odd though because I mean, I know people didn't necessarily love Onward. I thought it was really, really good. I've watched it a few times and I've enjoyed it every time. Soul was another that I felt like they nailed.
Yeah.
So what have they done that might lead Disney to not be pushing this particular film? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how they decide. Like I remember I was so upset because I loved the movie Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
And I was so excited about it because they did this whole Optimus thing leading up to it game that they played, and there was all of this really cool behind the scenes kind of stuff that wasn't really publicized very well. And I felt like the movie came out and it just kind of bombed because they really hadn't promoted it. And I loved it, but I feel like that sometimes they pick and choose which movies they're really putting money into promoting and really backing sometimes. And I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
I agree with Skipper Bob that they don't push movies that are really good, that are really deep and more artsy.
But what sense does that make?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like previews are like the biggest scam anyway, because how many times have you gone to a movie after seeing a preview and you watch the film and you're like, this was nothing like I expected. Like the preview just totally misrepresented it.
Well, the preview, they do that to, amp up the movie and stuff. It's like they got to, draw you in. So then you give them their money.
I know,
You
but
give them your money.
But like you're saying, like it could be a really good movie anyway, and they just totally misrepresented it. McKenna has entered the room.
Hi, McKenna.
And she's giving goodnight hugs. An old Parks and Monorails tradition. They're saying goodnight.
Good night.
Your hair is red. Get over here. I haven't seen the hair like this.
Oh my God, she's Stella.
I love it.
Cruella.
You're getting a lot of good reviews here.
Yeah, my hair's cool.
Were you going for a Cruella vibe?
I love that.
She says no.
Oh.
It matches your shirt today.
I know. I wear these colors all the time, so I thought might as well put it on my head.
Yeah, might as well coordinate. Good night. Love you. Stop wearing those pants that are covered in paint.
I wore them to dye my hair.
There's always a reason. Her style is interesting, but she keeps it.
Angst.
She keeps it exciting.
Didn't even air quote that. He didn't say interesting.
Oh, Donna's going to bed. Good night, Donna. She asked a question though. She was saying good night to McKenna. She asked a question about Cruella. For those that have seen it,
there's not like bad language and nothing like sexual. I mean, it's a Disney movie, so obviously, but like I'd say like 12, 13, like
12 or 13.
and it says PG-13. It's like you could probably get away with like being like a 10 and stuff, but I think it just depends on the kid.
She's a little twisted, like she's a little psychotic. So you'd be okay with that.
There is talk of murder. I'll just say that.
They
Did
discuss
we get to see any puppies bifurcated or
No.
into cats or
No.
animal decapitation. We don't have to deal with that. Okay.
No. PETA is still a thing, so no.
kitty and start with it.
Yeah. Do they insinuate they're eating animals at some point? Like, do they eat a steak? Because I have a real problem. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I'm joking. Skipper Bob, the secret is McKenna does her own hair. So if you need a hand, she could probably help you out. Next time you need to dye that beard or something. But yeah, she's always she can't keep a color right now. She switches constantly. Donna, I feel like 7 might be a little too young. I don't know.
No. Have her see Luca instead.
Yeah, go with Luca.
Yes.
Lexi, where are you reporting in from?
I'm from Long Island, New York.
Okay, another Long Islander.
Waka.
And are you originally from there?
Sorry, my bad New York.
But you're born and raised New Yorker?
I was actually born in Texas, but I was only for 2 years, so the rest has been New York.
Sam was born in Texas, and I blame that for her fiery attitude of wanting to fight everybody.
I get those tendencies too, so I can understand that.
New York is not a good combination for that either.
That's true.
It's true. It's a door. You just open it. You don't have to hit it.
Yeah. In the Patreon Discord, I know people were kind of doing the intro things, but I feel like Lexi, you're relatively new to the group, and I haven't had a chance to really ask you some of these questions. So I want to know about your Disney origin story. Have you always been a fan of Disney, or is this something as an adult you came onto, or what's your story?
So I have been multiple times growing up, but it was when I was a teenager and I went on the Tower of Terror, and I was obsessed with Twilight Zone. So I got all the little extra details that they had everywhere, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, I had never realized how in depth they got until I went on that ride, and then that's it.
That was the thing.
That's where all my money goes.
Yeah. Is Tower of Terror your favorite ride?
Not anymore. It's now Flight of Passage.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. I love Flight of Passage. I can't say it's not even my favorite at Animal Kingdom. I just feel like I don't know. I like to do the safari quite a bit. I think that's probably my favorite at Animal Kingdom these days. I blame old age.
I like how real Tower of Terror feels versus Flight of Passage. It's got that real movement kind of thing. The glasses thing is great, but not as good as being up and down, and the projections are really amazing in there.
Just want to be jostled a little bit.
Yeah.
And the details I still find. She showed me the pickle jar and told me the pickle jar that's in there. And one day I went in, I took pictures of like everything, and you're just looking around going, man, there's so many things in these rooms. In the book, you can research where the books are from, and they're all real books, but they're really creepy books in some respects.
I love when you're in the library and up through the, like, if you look on that top shelf, like how many references there are to previous like episodes and stuff. If you know your Twilight Zone, you'll like know every single one of them.
Yeah. Sam is a huge Twilight Zone fan. One of the first like big gifts I got her in our early dating, we might have been married at this point. I bought her the box set of the original series, and we've watched through it multiple times. So she brought me onto Twilight Zone because I was too much of a chicken when I was younger to really watch it. It freaked me out too much.
Creepy.
Yeah. But it's all, I love how, as an adult, I love how it's all like psychological stuff.
Yeah.
And I wish there was more of that now, because I feel like stuff isn't like scary shows, scary movies. They don't go down that path quite as much anymore. It has to be more in your face, like jump scares and like there's a monster coming after you. It's not all like cerebral like Twilight Zone was.
Yeah.
Killing people one by one. Yes, that trope is well trod.
Yeah.
And the whole you're thinking about it stuff is really great. Hitchcock movies kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I just think modern audiences are like too impatient for this sort of thing. Like things have to move so much faster and be a little more in your face.
You got the Black Mirrors, but they're really creepy.
I love those. I do love Black Mirror.
I had to stop after a few seasons because some of those episodes still like haunt me a little bit.
They stick with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how the twist on Black Mirror, though, is it's about, a lot of times it's about psychology, but it's also about technology and how like modern or future technology can impact, interactions, the world, all that sort of thing. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. But what I was going to say is now that they're running all of the shafts on Tower of Terror, when you go to the unload area now, you can finally see more of those props, because for a long time they were only running one shaft.
Yeah.
But now it's all fully back open again. And there was some of that stuff we rode recently, and I forgot about some of the stuff that they have in that unload area. But there is too much to see. I haven't even seen all the details, I'm sure. It's awesome though.
Yeah.
But it's always interesting to me, like what it is that people really latch onto that kind of ropes them into being like a Disney fan. I think a lot of it though comes down to like the detail, the immersion. Like Disney that's the storytelling. Disney achieves that better than anybody else. Sorry, Steffers.
Well, it is. It's that unique because it was the same for me, but with Haunted Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't do Tower of Terror for so long because I was afraid the Vertigo would not like it, so I was kind of afraid to do it. But when we first started going, it was that detail in the Haunted Mansion. When I first saw that hidden Mickey in the dining room, in the ballroom scene, it was like they spent so much time on these little details, and that's what hooked me. And so then, that it's that detail. And that's what I worry about when, like, I love Flight of Passage, but with, like, Mickey and Minnie Railway, like, what worries me is I'm afraid that the attractions are leaning more towards the visual of the video, and we're going to lose that detail that we found in, like, Tower of Terror and Haunted Mansion. And I don't want to lose the detail and that experience of where you feel like you're so immersed, as opposed to sort of watching a screen.
There's a lot of details in this projection, though.
That's true.
A lot of them.
It is, but it's not. You don't feel as immersed to me. It's just different to me.
It is a lot easier to get taken out of it once you realize what's going on. There's a big break.
And also with all the motion simulators, it's a lot easier to get sick. So
Yep. Agreed.
if you wheel ride, you're fine, but I can't do a lot of stuff at Universal. That's why I like Flight of Passage, is because it's so specific. Like I never have felt ill on it once.
I haven't either.
I haven't either.
Star Tours anymore. I mean, I will do it once just because I love it and I want to do it, but I have to pick what time of day I do it, and I have to be really careful, and I can't do it more than once, or I'm done for the day. It'll knock me out for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Lewis could just keep doing it all day long, never stop.
That's just good. I would.
You've been like hot wired or something. Something's going on with your equilibrium. I don't know what the secret is.
Some physical power.
Yeah.
Other people have walking and standing. I have being flipped upside down.
I feel like you should have been an astronaut, Lewis. You probably could have done it.
If I had been able, the only thing that kept me from trying to be a pilot was these things. You can't be a pilot. You couldn't be a pilot and have glasses back then. And they didn't have lasers. And math skills.
Hold on. Steffers, ET is not one word.
I can't see that.
Oh man, ET. That video of ET is disturbing.
It's scary. You want to talk scary?
And the movie doesn't have. We don't see his home planet in the movie, right?
No.
I did because I thought I would have nightmares about that if I watched that.
If you say, I'll admit, if you say "et," that's one word. Now, if you say "et," that's 2 letters. If you say extraterrestrial, that's 2 words, hyphenated. Steffers, what are you drinking tonight? That's what we need to know. I have to mess with you about Universal. Velocicoaster, I've admitted, is an amazing, fabulous ride. Like, Lewis, I'm telling you, you would love Velocicoaster.
Yeah, it looks good.
That would be right up your alley for sure.
Yeah, I told him today I have to have a conversation with Stefford because we're trying to decide we're going to go to Universal, and so we're planning whether or not there's enough for me to do for 2 days or not. Because I think, just like what Lexi was just talking about, I don't think there's going to be a lot of things my vertigo is going to allow me to do. So we're trying to decide if maybe I do 1 day and then he does the second one on his own and I go back to Disney for the second day. I don't know. We can't decide.
And there's nothing worse than being at a theme park. You don't have anything you can ride.
It's true.
There's only one thing left to do. And it's expensive, and you want more of it when you're done with it because it's not enough. And it's good, and you want some more, and then you want some more, and then you realize this is why I couldn't ride because I was large, and then you realize this is the problem to start with.
Lexi, I feel like you and Sam are really similar in that you can't do a lot of the screen rides. What do you think about Val's situation? Like, do you feel like she'd be able to fill 2 days at Universal?
I did do 2 days at Universal because my brother is like, he's 18 right now, so he really wanted to do it. But we spent a nice dose of time like roaming around the Harry Potter world and like playing with the wands. So that's what I used to break it up.
Aha.
Right.
So.
That's a good idea. Yeah, if you wanted to do the interactive stuff. I mean, honestly, the Val, I don't know how big of a Harry Potter fan you are. Is that something you enjoy?
We are still in the middle of the movies. We had never watched them before, and so we just finished 4. So I'm only
okay.
But that was one of the reasons why we're watching them, because I said I wanted to understand because I'm excited about the Wizarding World. So
yeah. I mean, absolutely. I feel like you could probably, if you talking about getting into the details, if you really wanted to take your time and explore, you could probably do almost a day just kind of slowly going through both of the like Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley, I think. If you really took your time. I don't know, that might not take a whole day, but like doing the train, because you'd be able to do the train between the Hogwarts Express. So you could do both of those things, and if you did the interactive wand, you could probably kill a lot of time. Michael brings up the shows. There's some good shows. The horror makeup show is very good. I highly recommend it. The Bourne Stunt Spectacular is really good. I was surprised. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. And if you did some of that live entertainment kind of stuff, you could probably pull off 2 days. I think you could.
That had a great backlot kind of tour, right? But now it's sort of just Earthquake. Is that true? I can't remember exactly.
What?
It's really cool. And
Wait,
Is that still there?
they don't have Earthquake anymore.
the thing where you're underground on the tram's gone.
That's gone. Yeah,
And
I know. That was cool. But you could probably do. Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe you could do Kong. I don't know if you could do Kong. Steffers, what do you think? Yeah, that's true.
it's doable.
Yeah, but you have to wear the 3D glasses the whole time.
True.
I can usually do like I'll try any of those at least once because I love that kind of thing, and so I'll usually try them because a lot of times if I get too bad I can close my eyes and I'm good. Now, but I can't flip upside down.
Yeah, okay.
If I physically go upside down, you have to carry me out.
Gotcha.
The worst ones were The Simpsons and
Oh, forget it. Don't do this.
Oh man, The Simpsons is awesome.
oh no, this is so bad. I closed my eyes almost immediately.
Really?
And then was it Jimmy Kimmel's?
Jimmy
one?
Kimmel's bad too. Yeah.
That one was also. Those two were the worst for me.
Yeah, those are bad. And honestly, like Transformers and Spider-Man might be a little iffy for you.
Yeah.
Oh, she has to do Spider-Man.
I mean, I feel like
That's
it's like a must do, but I also feel like you got to be careful with that one because
When I went there the first time, I rode that and I was like, this place is awesome.
yeah, I mean
That ride is just amazing.
it's so good. I've even said like I appreciate it more the more and more I ride it. Oh, okay. Steffers is asking if you can do Dinosaur, Val.
I can do Dinosaur. I try just to do it once a time because if I do it too much, it kind of messes.
Okay.
up.
The back exerciser.
And so the Star Tours is the worst for me. It does pretty much everything else I can do at least once without an effect. I usually leave Star Tours dizzy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she says you could do Spider-Man.
Oh.
That
Because I would love to. I mean, I want to ride the Velocicoasters. So, I mean, I want to do them so badly. It kills me, but it would ruin the whole day for. I mean, I would have to go.
she was this close to getting on Incredicoaster, and that is an amazing coaster. But and it has one loop.
Yeah.
It's a nice straight loop. Yeah, I don't even feel like I'm on a loop when I'm in it because it's straight.
Yeah.
The G-forces are all straight down. If you ever go to California Adventure, that's on a clear day. It's just beautiful. You can see the mountains and it's got everything it doesn't have.
I've never been to California Adventure at all. I want to go so bad.
It's really good.
But I have to weigh out. Like I said, I know it'll end the day for me. So
Yeah.
I want to lose the whole day just to one attraction. So
Kev, have you ever Disneyland adventured?
I've never been to California.
Oh, see, I think we have to plan a monorail group trip to Disneyland at some
West
point.
Coast.
Yeah. I think we have to do it. We got to invade. We'll have to call Tom and Michelle and tell them that they're going to have to give us the VIP tour out there.
I'll tell you that I wanted to go for years and years and years, and he would refuse to go. And he would talk me into, well, we'll do 2 weeks at Disney instead of, and he talked me out of it. For our 30th wedding anniversary, I said, I don't care if you're going or not. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going whether you go or not. And so he was like, okay, if I have to, but just, we planned everything out because this is going to be the only time we ever went. We were there for maybe a day and a half. And can we make this our home resort? I was wrong.
That's awesome.
He loved it so much. And so now we have it built into our rotation. We were going to go back last year, but COVID. So, but he loved it that much. So it really is amazing. If you love Disney anyway, you're gonna love Disneyland.
The lack of ever having to get on transportation other than my feet.
Yeah.
Or I think I almost got a scooter one day, but then my feet was amazing. We walked out. We were in the California, the Grand Californian, and you could just walk out from the Grand Californian into California Adventure.
That's awesome.
Disneyland was just like you go out the door this way and you turn left into it, and it was just in Disney Springs is downtown Disney.
Downtown Disney, yeah.
The entrance into the security, you go through security, get into downtown Disney, and that's the same security for the parks.
Oh, that's funny. Like when you're leaving the parks, it's not even just a ride. If you leave the park, you have to exit through the gift shop. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and the parking lot is you get on the tram right outside of the thing. It's so perfect in that respect.
That's very cool. And I forgot, yeah, Donna's out there too. She could give us the tour. I feel like we have to do this. We're gonna have to coordinate it and try to all get out there. Maybe that's a 2022 or 2023 thing. Maybe we can do it.
It'd be fun.
I think the only thing about Disneyland that you have to be aware of if you've only done World is just the castle's smaller. If you just prepare yourself for that, you're okay.
Yeah.
Because I was shocked. I was just like, what's going on? And no one had told me.
They shrunk it.
It's so familiar. It's this odd sense of this looks familiar to me, but it's different. Like it's this very weird sensation when you're in the park.
It was covered by a freaking tarp the week we were there.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a pretty tarp where they put a picture of the castle on it. It was
just a scrim
sack.
Dang.
Literally went down the day after we left. So it was like we missed it by
the day after that. Yeah, then
missed it by that much. My story was when I was in Disneyland, the Matterhorn was closed. So I mean, I know people say it's like a painful ride and it's not, but still it's the Matterhorn. I'd like to do it.
It was so painful. I needed knee surgery and I rode this thing like 3 times when we were there. And it was just so painful. It wasn't even funny, but it was great. It was great.
I'll prepare myself for it. I feel like I have to do it once.
The funniest thing is that he didn't know that there was water. And so when we came down that street and the water hit, he screamed. And it was so funny because I was like, what? Because I thought something was wrong. And he was like, why is water hitting me? I was like, what's the matter with it?
It was dark and it was about 50 outside.
Yeah.
And we were walking around all day. It was just hilarious. Yeah.
Not a good surprise.
That was the last time I almost dropped my camera. I was taking pictures and we hit a bump and the camera went flying and like it landed in my lap. But I was like, I think from now on I'll be tying my phone to my hand. Happen again.
Yeah.
And
well, we'll do it at some point, but yeah, I want to see Cars Land. Actually, I'd like to go in the fall and do the Oogie Boogie Bash whenever that's like fully back and going again because I've heard such good things about it. But
last year we were scheduled to be there on the first week of Oogie Boogie Bash.
So I want to see the Nightmare Overlay. Very bad.
Yeah, that too. Yep, that too.
I wanted to see the Haunted Mansion itself the first time, but I wanted to see the next time we went. I wanted to have the Nightmare Overlay. So I was.
And like Donna's saying, it's much smaller than WDW, but it's also way more efficient than WDW. Like where they'll put rides here and here and here, Disney World will be like lots of rides right next to each other. The sight lines aren't as good.
Mm-hmm.
You get into something like Cars Land, which is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, you get in there and you feel like you don't feel like you're in the middle of the Los Angeles, Anaheim area. You feel like you're in the middle of the desert because the site, when you look out, they painted it just perfectly, so you can see the cliffs and there's where the road and the waterfalls, and it's just spectacular. They did such an amazing job. It's better than Avatar, and you know how good that is.
Ooh.
You're looking out from a distance.
Oh, Pandora is so good.
And you're just wow. And then you walk right out, and you just turn the corner and go around, and there you are in where Guardians is. And that was all closed up when we were there last time. But the Guardians ride is fantastic too.
Yeah.
It is kind of sad it's not Tower of Terror, but
Mission Breakout looks like it would be fun. I really hope though that it doesn't come over here. Let's keep Tower of Terror as it is. We don't need Guardians. I mean, I think that more than likely that won't happen since Guardians is going in Epcot. I just don't see them doing that in Hollywood Studios. But they still could change it, and that makes me sad. So
I went in because Tower of Terror is one of my favorite. I mean, it's I think my second favorite attraction after Haunted Mansion. And I went in thinking I'm going to hate this because as much as I love Guardians, it's not Tower of Terror. But it did make it feel like a completely different experience. The music and the video, I didn't feel like I was in Tower of Terror, but it even though the ride vehicle and motion was the same, it made it really feel like a completely different attraction.
And the music is better.
The soundtrack
was, the rock music is it's kind of like Rock and Roller Coaster. You're just like And some of the projections that they do on the end are amazing. But
I like the idea of having different sets of attractions in Florida and California.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
they should
do a
all do
ride
this.
overlay of Ratatouille for like every ride. There's just rats everywhere, just all around and stuff. Like they should
McKenna
do
would be thrilled.
Do we have a date on Ratatouille yet? Is it October
Yeah,
1st?
it's October 1st. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was a hard date or if that was just a.
Kevin, you're going to be there for it?
Well, not October 1st exactly, but I'll be
But
there.
you'll be there
October,
after.
so I'll be able to do it. And I remember seeing that movie in the theaters with my father.
Yeah.
And I think we were the only ones in the theater because we would see it like early in the day.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting few weeks. When it first opens up, right
Oh,
after the 50th anniversary.
50th is going to be wild. I'm really interested to see what they do with it. You know, this has got to be like a planning nightmare for Disney, just thinking about like how even over the last several weeks, all the protocols have changed. Now they're, you know, heading into trying to plan for this big anniversary. Will they have fireworks? Who knows? Will they be able to do? I feel like they probably, you know, on the 50th Magic Kingdom, the plans they probably had for that park on that day, they are you know, a shell of what they could have been. But like, are they going to try to do like concerts? Are they going to try to do something? You know, will they do parades? Like, what will they do? But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see. I unfortunately do not have
you try everything from Zootopia. They should have the whole cast of Zootopia doing that concert, like in the credit scene. They need all of them.
I'm just wondering if they're going to be staffed in time. I mean, they've got a lot of people to rehire and get back into place.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're going to be scrambling to get people trained and in place and ready for the influx that's going to be coming.
Yeah.
So you don't have reservations yet for this?
That's what I was going to say. We don't have reservations for October 1st at all because Sam and Garrett's passes expire before then. So, you know, we can't make the reservations that far out yet. McKenna and I could. I guess we could just plan something. But I was just thinking it's going to be interesting because, like, for people who got Epcot that day, like, I am really interested to see how they're going to handle park hopping because say you got Epcot that morning, you go do Ratatouille. Will you be able to hop to Magic Kingdom? I haven't seen them stopping anybody so far, even on days where it's been busy, but that day is going to be to the brim. So I'd be surprised if they just allowed like everybody to hop between the parks. But
how much longer do you think they're going to be going with the reservations? I mean, when do you think everything will just go back?
Well, he said plan on keeping it, right?
I think they plan on keeping the reservations for quite a while.
Really?
I think more than likely the reservations will be in place through next year, more than likely, like at least through the end of 2022. And then, I don't know, like that's one thing I heard recently somebody was talking about. We're all wondering when it's going to go back to normal. It's probably never going to go back to normal. Like things have just changed with Disney operations, you know?
Right.
So, and they're working on this whole Genie thing. Like, when's that going to roll out? And what impact is that going to have on everything? Because what I hear, if you listen to, not to plug other podcasts, but it's a good one, the Disney Dish with Jim Hill, they talk about it quite a bit and saying that it's essentially going to be like virtual queues for everything. Like you can plan out your day. Now, you don't necessarily have to follow it, but it plans every single thing that you're going to do step by step. So
amazing.
I'm for it. I'm all for it.
What would that be something though that like they'd still be able to incorporate like fast passes though? Like would it still go even if fast passes weren't a thing still?
Yeah,
like a ways almost for a theme park. So
I think
everyone's going this way, so you can go this way.
I think that's essentially what it's going to do is like what they hope to do is if you're in a park for the day, you're going to use that Genie system. It's going to try to crowd control the whole thing. So if you follow the plan, then you're not going to have to worry about waiting too long for anything because it's going to send you where the crowds aren't. But the variable is going to be people aren't going to do that.
Well, yeah, because it's like if it's an app that's sending all the people to one place where other people aren't, then it's like how does that really
Well, it's going to do it like ahead of time, right? That's why I'm talking about this reservation system is probably here for a while, because it may be part of like tying into the Disney Genie thing. If they know who's going to be there, they know what you want to do that day, and they know it's 60 to 90 days in advance. Well, here's your itinerary for your Magic Kingdom day, you know.
But will you have any flexibility in at all? Like I just keep trying to picture, like, for example, you know, like now it's so hard to get rides. You know, you know, you're not guaranteed to be able to get it virtually. And so I'm thinking, is that the way everything is going to be now? Will there be days that I can't ride the Haunted Mansion at all when I go? Like
I think what it's going to do is it won't force you to follow the plan. Like if you wanted to go stand by something, then you could still do that. But it's just, yeah. But that's I think the variable they're still trying to deal with, because the example they talked about this week was when Guardians opens up in Epcot, everybody's going to want to do that first. So regardless if your app tells you, oh, don't do that until like 3:00, everybody's going to go do that.
Yeah.
So
I would think they would if they were doing it right, would guarantee you get to ride this, and this, assuming it doesn't break down. And if it does, we'll get you another day or something. I don't know how they would work that, and then they would say, go here, and they would say, oh yeah, you know, the line's small, go to this entrance.
Yeah.
And then you'd be just pretty much a walk on. The problem is they just have to pay for that or something, because you got to put people somewhere. Nobody's in line.
Yeah.
You can imagine what that would be like.
Well,
but
there are.
now.
That's the thing, though. I think it's just there are people in line. It's just you're waiting in line for less time and you're doing more things. And so as long as they can allocate the crowds in the right way, and at some point you have to eat, right? And then there's bathroom breaks and all these different things that are going to come in. Like if it's like, oh, you've got to go directly to, you know, who knows, Ratatouille. But yeah, but I got to go to the bathroom. Oh, nope, sorry, you got to go to Ratatouille right now. I mean,
penalty box.
No. That would be like, you got to tell the app, I'm going to the restroom. That's okay. We're sliding everything back a little.
So that's sort of like an automated touring
What do you have to
schedule
do?
then, right?
Yes, it is.
Go to this bathroom because the tangled bathroom is over there instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you hold it? Yes or no? That's the option. It's like a push of the button.
It's like, Genie, my one wish is a bathroom break.
Is it a number 1 or number 2? Or kind of both?
That would be awesome. Technology, baby.
Look, I'm for it.
You had a big gulp.
I'm for it.
Here. Wait, what? What
I
are you
don't
saying?
know. Lewis used to make fun of me because I would see mothers with the touring plan books in their hands crying,
Mhm.
and I would like stop to talk to them, and because they would be like, but the book says I have to be here and we're here and I can't get them to do, you know, like, and I mean, this has happened multiple times over the years, especially early on. And I would just sit like, close the book, you know, like you need to close the book, put the book in your bag,
Burn the book.
take a deep breath, you know, so it's that sense of like, I have to be here. I have to be here that can overwhelm people sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
We never did that.
Sure. Oh, sure. I don't believe that at all, Lewis.
I lived by touring plans the first 3 years we went.
That, you know, that was the thing. So when we went in 2014, I planned every day using a touring plans schedule. And Sam and the kids may not necessarily remember, but they could tell you, this was like October. It was during fall break time for a lot of schools. We hardly ever waited more than 30 minutes for anything.
Oh, no, never.
The problem was we walked back and forth across the parks multiple times in order to not wait for everything. And that's what ended up being our downfall. So that's why, like, and I know, Lewis, you say it's a luxury of being a local that I can say this kind of thing. But I think this is true even for people that are coming in as transient visitors or like once every 3 to 5 years or whatever. This is why the goal should not be, I'm going to do everything in the park. I know you want to do that, but it should not be that, because you're going to ruin your vacation. You know, that's why you gotta make like a list, like have every person in the party like say, I have to do this thing in Magic Kingdom, like whether it's Haunted Mansion, if it's Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, whatever it is, You plan around those things, and then you just kind of see where the day takes you and make time for rest, make time for tasty treats. You got to have the tasty treats.
At the very least, everybody should know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't understand how hard it is to walk around there, because I didn't to start with. I used to be one time around Epcot guy, and I'm out.
I would run to get the fast passes. Like
those were fun days.
Those were fun. I agree.
My worst was in 2017, which is the last time I went, when I only skipped. My trip was just the day I arrived, a day for each park, and then the day I went home. Like no time to rest.
No breaks.
So now this time I'm doing a week, and I have like 2 or 3 rest days.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're going for 4 days, don't go to every park.
Yeah.
If that's all the time you have, don't try to hit every park.
And by the way, Animal Kingdom's not the one that gets cut.
Animal Kingdom is the one that gets cut.
No, it is not, Lewis.
I'm a big fan. I love that park. But if I'm missing a park, I'm really giving up Epcot.
Right now, you could consider giving up Epcot because it's Walcott.
This is true.
Yeah.
But now it's usually a festival we don't want to miss at Epcot. That's the, like there's either the, Festival of the Arts, or there's Food and Wine, or, there's, that makes it harder for us, even though it's Walcott, we hate missing the festival because we love it so much. So
Galaxy's Edge? No.
I did a trip 2 years ago, September 2019. I went just to do Food and Wine, and I went early in the morning to a different park every day. But at lunchtime, it was time to go to Epcot and then enjoy the festival. Yeah. And it was like I took my time. I didn't try to hit everything, but it was like as soon as I was hungry, straight to the festival. And it was kind of like the best of both worlds if you only have like a limited amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I am much more a proponent of like shorter, even if you can't go to every park, shorter trips more frequently rather than like super long trips and trying to do everything, just because like I take that pressure. I just really feel like you got to take that pressure off yourself of like trying to do every single thing like a once in 5 to 10 year trip. Like it's just so hard. Mm-hmm. So
but also this trip that I'll be taking for the first time we're going to the parks in 4 years, it's a solo trip. And that's my first solo trip. So I get to decide what I do.
Yes.
Awesome. It's awesome. I totally recommend it.
Yeah. Landon can tell you that like he was skeptical, I think, and he started doing solo trips. Lewis is supporting it privately. But solo trips are awesome. They're so good.
I want to have one someday. But he is literally anytime I've planned one, he will change his schedule because he can't stand the idea of me not going. And so
that's a lot of vacation to use. I'm just saying.
Everybody does now. We haven't had to take a day off in like 15 months,
Well, okay, a hard time because we had the July trip plans. And so when we found out with all this medical stuff he was going through, and he was talking, and he was like, well, we're going to have to cancel it. And I was like, I'm not sick. Why am I canceling this exactly? But yeah, I was.
That's hilarious. Yeah, it's something that I don't know that I necessarily would have been like brave enough to do it before we lived down here, but having the chance to go and do the parks on my own, each park a couple of different times, it is a totally different experience, and it's so nice once you get used to it. You just kind of have to get, this idea of, oh, it's going to be weird that I'm by myself. Nobody cares. Usually you meet people in line, and you end up making friends, because the whole like Disney bubble, like once you're there, it really does feel like you're in this magical place of we're all here for the same reason. We're all big Disney nerds. We can get along. And for the most part, that's true. And it's really nice. So I recommend it.
The main problem is getting somewhere to sit when you need to eat. That's the only hard part.
Yeah.
You gotta get a seat, and you gotta get your food, and you gotta get a seat.
Yeah, that's true. But you can be more flexible about where you sit with your food when you're by yourself.
That's true. You can sit in the sun.
If I had a morning monorail trash tablecloth, I would just go
trash can tablecloth. Yeah. That was one of the, I'm glad you brought that up, Lexi. That was one thing. Now that you bring it up, I've got to ask if people know someone who can come up with one of these. I need some sort of design template or something. We got to mass produce these. And here's what I'm thinking. We need it to fold like almost like it'd be like the length of a towel and maybe the length of a towel. But what I'd like it to have is pockets on either side for your like silverware.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that you could, like, if you fold it up, it would have like a fork, knife, spoon for both people on either side of the trash can. And then I'm thinking that the top of it probably needs to have some sort of a grippy material so that stuff doesn't just slide around.
Bottom too, so it didn't slide either way.
Or maybe the bottom. Maybe the bottom would be better. So that it's, yeah, you could do both. But then of course we got to get a Morning Monorail logo on there somewhere. So Steffer says she can make a template. Do it.
Oh yes.
Make it like one of those totes that like rolls up, like the beach top, the beach blankets.
I was thinking either like it could roll or maybe even just like fold into, like, you take both sides, fold it on top, and then maybe you could fold it again so that it's like a skinnier. You could even either have a strap on it or be able to like easily put it in a backpack.
I love this.
Or roll it and have a
roll it like she's saying. Yeah.
And you can beat the next person out of the way. Get off my trash can.
I think this would be a super hot item. People would be like, I don't know what the Morning Monorail is, but I feel like I need one of those trash can tablecloths. Yeah.
We start showing up at the parks with these tablecloths. You can bet that Disney would start making them as well.
Yes, they would. And then suddenly we'd be on their radar and I'd get sued for something I don't even remember doing. I'd get a cease and desist real quick.
Because we bought the trays. I actually had to pull them out yesterday to get something out of the cabinet, but I forget to take them, and they're kind of big to fit in a bag, and so they're awkward.
Mm-hmm.
And so even though we have them and we used them that first year we bought them, we have never used them again.
Yeah, I considered getting those before too, but yeah, they're a little bit unwieldy, I guess.
Unwieldy, very much. Yeah.
All right, we've gone a long time. An hour and 12 minutes. This was way longer than I anticipated, but you know what? This was our first official happy hour, so it was a celebration, and I feel like it's probably fine that we went a long time. Lexi, I'm so glad you were able to join us, work out your internet issue, and be able to join us tonight. It was good to talk to you.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
See faces. Yeah.
We'll do it again. I mean, definitely, we're going to do this again in 2 weeks. You're all welcome to join once again. And all of you who are watching and decided not to participate tonight, don't be scared. We're friendly. We get drinks and we're all loosey-goosey. It's all good. But definitely join us next time. Make sure you're listening to that Monday Morning Monorail. Oh, I guess we're just the Morning Monorail now, aren't we?
Yeah.
On Mondays.
On Mondays.
And do all the things. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us. Let me put the banner up so people can see that. Boom.
All right.
Twitter and Instagram and website, morningmonorail.com, all that stuff. I'll put this up for Landon, even though he says he doesn't care about his website anymore and he should have been here, but oh well. But thank you guys for joining us. Say what?
We tried listening today, but we ended up on the phone with Disney for half an hour.
Oh, it's okay. And our episodes have been long lately. I get it.
Well, no, good. You helped us because you mentioned Boo Bash. We were like, oh, wait, Boo Bash. So that's why we had to pause it to call and then wait on hold for 30 minutes.
Influencers.
Yes. And Disney's sending us no money for that, but that's okay. But this is awesome. We'll do it again in 2 weeks. Thank you all so much. Have a great Monday. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye, Kevin. Bye.